a new year, that means a new TBR. But what am I going to be reading in the month of January? Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content here on this channel every week, and then movie reviews here at the weekend. You'll have seen a whole load of Disney vlogs for me over the Vlogmas period, but then I do enjoy posting weekly vlogs in Vlogmas, and that's what I was doing during the week leading up to Christmas. So sorry, not sorry on that one. Yes, this month I am going to be reading a buddy read. I am going to be showing you a January release that I may have read by the time we get to the beginning of January. And I'm going to show you a couple of February releases and a couple of audiobooks I would like to get to. So let's start off with that buddy read. I'm going to be buddy reading Only Love Can Hurt Like This by Paige Toon with the lovely Hayley, who I do a lot of my buddy reads with. There's no good lighting here this evening. And this one doesn't come out until later in the year, but we are wanting to make this our first read of 2023. And so we are very excited. The tagline for this one is An Earth-Shattering Secret, a Life-Changing Love Story. So we're just excited to dive into a new Paige Toon novel. We've waited a long time for it, and we're excited to get our hands on it. So we're going to be reading that over the period of a week, and I will be doing Bout of Books during the first week of January as well. So this will form part of my Bout of Books TBR. Make sure that you are subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on Bout of Books vlog content, as well as that all-important TBR. Then we have the January release that I'm hoping to have read by the time we get to January, but it may dip into January TBR. I've read part one of it, but this is Escape to Darling Cove, the whole entire bind-up, which comes out on the 5th of January, so not long to wait. And this one is by Holly Hepburn. This one has been released in 4 parts, so if you're thinking it looks a little bit familiar, it has been released already in those individual 4 parts, but this is the bind-up edition of all 4 parts. Eva's always lived on Ennis Farm, an idyllic island just off the coast of Northumberland and only accessible when tides are low. There she runs a bar overlooking Darling Cove, a heavenly horseshoe-shaped beach named after her seafaring ancestors, whose links to the Farne Islands stretch back centuries. Logan is a famous photographer, who is desperate to evade the limelight after a difficult breakup. Renting a cottage from Eve, he chooses Ennis Farm in the hope that anonymity, but is immediately spellbound by its natural beauty. The pair don't get off to the best start. That's where I've read up to, butting heads over Eve's adorable but boisterous chocolate Labrador. But when Logan's true identity revealed, Eve realises her new tenant isn't quite the man she thought he was. So another rom-com here that drops into your libraries, bookshops, supermarkets on the 5th of January. Very exciting. As I say, I've read part 1 as I'm filming this. I'm hoping before December is out, as I'm filming this, to be able to read the other part so that I've got my review ready for the 5th of January. But we will see. We will see. And then we have a couple of audiobooks / other books I would like to get to. So first of all, an audiobook which I believe I put on, now did I put this on my December TBR? I can't remember, but this is Dear Dolly, the follow-up to Everything I Know About Love, on love, life and friendship. Collected wisdom from her Sunday Times column. This is by Dolly Alderton. I made a book versus movie for Everything I Know About Love, and I just absolutely adored rereading it, so I'd be very excited to read this one. I do have a hardback copy of it winging its way to me because I put it on Christmas lists, and then when I didn't get it for my Christmas or my birthday, I was like, do you know what, it's on sale on Waterson's, I'm just going to order it. And I do already have the audiobook, so I'm going to be listening to this as part of Bout of Books during the first week of January. So this one is very much definitely on my January TBR. And then we have one that I did receive from my Christmas list for a Christmas or a birthday present, and that is Heartstopper, the Heartstopper Yearbook by Alice Oseman. And this one is just literally a year of Heartstopper moments, and so it is in sort of graphic novel form. I'm not sure if it's fiction or non-fiction, but I'm just excited to have a flick through of this one, and I will probably read this in one sitting, but I just think it is beautiful, and it was on my Christmas list, and It's quite hard not to just sit down and read this just now. So I think this might be a better books read as well, just because it's a nice easy read to pick up and put down during that first week of school. Or it may even be a like New Year's Day type of read. If I've read enough of the page 2 and buddy read on New Year's Day, maybe I'll sit down and pick this one up. Who knows? But this one is very much on my January TBR. And then I've been a little bit ambitious and I've thought, well, if I'm doing a readathon that first week, I've kind of cleared that first weekend because I don't know how tired I'm going to be after the first week of school. Even though it's a 4-day week, we've got 7 trillion meetings. Maybe I will have some time to read some other books as the month of January goes on. Who knows? So I have put 3 February releases. I know. On my TBR. Let me tell you about the first of these. I may be buddy reading this with Hayley as well. We may get to buddy read it in January. She doesn't have it yet, so she's waiting to see if she gets approved for it. So this is The Only Suspect by Louise Candlish, just as much as we've been waiting for a new... I can't do this without it being completely shiny. Just as we've been waiting for a new page 2, and we've also been excitedly waiting for a new Louise Candlish. And the tagline for this one is, no one else could have done it. Could they? And it is blurred by Ruth Ware as well. So I'm just excited to dive into a new Louise Candlish. I'm really hoping that Hayley can buddy read this one with me, because we might just start this one as soon as we finish the page 2 one. Just go from one buddy read to another. I will keep you updated on my socials, so keep an eye out on there. And then 2 books that are released mid-February, on the 16th of February. We have The Daughter-in-Law by Fanny Blake, which I was lucky enough to hear her pitch at the Simon & Schuster event that I went to at the very beginning of... Was it beginning of November? Mid-November? November time. And it sounds fantastic. Secrets, Second Chances and New Beginnings. And we like a Fanny Blake novel. It's always something to get your teeth into. So this one is on my tentative January TBR. If not, you'll see it popping up again on my February TBR. And then we have one which I have a physical proof of, which I'm sort of more likely to read at a weekend. I quite like if I've got a free day at the weekend, or even a whole free weekend, to just sit down with a cup of coffee in the morning, put my feet up and flick through a physical book. So this one is This Could Be Anything by Ava Rice. Now, I was looking back and I can't decide if I've read any Ava Rice before. So if you remember me reading any Ava Rice before, please do let me know, because I'm like, have I read anything by this author before? But basically, this is from The Lost Art of Keeping Secrets, a feel-good novel about hope, love, and the powerful bond between sisters. It's 1990. The Happy Mondays are in the charts. A 15-year-old called Kate Moss is on the cover of Face magazine, and Julia Roberts wears thigh-high boots for the poster of a new movie called Pretty Woman. So this is going to make me want to watch Pretty Woman. February Kingdom is 19 years old when she's knocked sideways by family tragedy. Then one evening in May, she finds an escaped canary in her kitchen, and it sparks a glimmer of hope within her. With the help of a bird called Yellow, Feb starts to feel her way out of her own private darkness, just as her aunt embarks on a passionate and all-consuming affair with a married American drama teacher. Oh, it's a coming-of-age story. We love a coming-of-age story. It looks like bigger than it is. It looks quite thick, but it's quite large print, and it's just about 400 pages. Is it over 400 pages? Yeah. Oh, there's an epilogue. I'm not going to read it, but it is 413 pages. So it's not massive, but, it's doable in a weekend. So this one also tentatively on the January TBR. So we have an audiobook, a graphic novel, 2 possible buddy reads, a physical book, and a couple of ebooks. So I think I've given myself quite a balanced TBR. Do let me know in comments what you are going to be reading in the month of January, and do keep an eye out for that Bout of Books TBR sign up. I may just do it as one long video. I may separate it into 2. Which would you prefer, a separate TBR and a separate vlog, or just one whole video on Bout of Books? I am very excited about my January reading, and I think that's a great way to start the year. I'm very excited about kicking off the year with some books by my favourite authors as well, not going to lie. Do let me know what you're reading in January, and stay tuned for my December wrap-up, all of my top 10s of the year, my reflection on 2021 reading, as well as those books that I'm excited to read in 2023. 2022 reading would be what it would be. not 2021. I will be back with more book reviews and movie reviews for you very soon. So I will see you then. Thanks for watching.